There's a moment early in The Dark Knight that tells you everything you need to know about the Joker. A room full of criminals, mob bosses, hitmen, and crooks. Each one accustomed to dealing with violence, betrayal, and fear, sits in quiet judgment. They're used to being the ones who set the rules, hold the power, and dictate the pace. And then, from the back of the room, in walks Chaos in a purple coat.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
The Joker, in just 2 minutes, without lifting a gun or raising his voice, seizes control of the room, the mob, and eventually Gotham itself.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy here pull your head off.
How about a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Ta-da! It's gone.
This following scene is a case study in psychological dominance. The Joker does not force his way in, he lets the others underestimate him, lets them laugh. And then, in one shocking beat, he stops the laughter. The infamous pencil trick is more than just a violent gag, it's his thesis, a declaration of who he is and what he represents. And more importantly, it is a moment that flips the room. After that, no one's laughing, no one's interrupting. The man who moments ago was just a punchline is now leading the conversation. This scene is the Joker's first real test of power, and he passes it with terrifying ease. What follows is a layered demonstration of how the Joker commands control, not with armies or money or legacy, but with something far more destabilizing: unpredictability, charisma, and fear.
Oh, and by the way, the suit, it wasn't cheap. You ought to know, you bought it.
Shit. I want to hear proposition.
Because the Joker does not earn control in this scene, he literally takes it instantly. The magic trick is often remembered for its shock value, but its real purpose is far more sinister. It is a message, a live demonstration that violence, when used unexpectedly, is more powerful than 1,000 threats. The Joker does not give a speech first, he does not negotiate, he kills a man with no hesitation and calls it a joke. It's not just an act of cruelty, it is more like strategy. In that single moment, the room changes. Watch how the men who once scoffed and rolled their eyes now fall silent.
Let's wind the clocks back a year. These cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you. I mean, what happened? Your balls drop off? You see, a guy like me,
Freak.
a guy like me, look, listen. I know why you choose to have your little group therapy sessions in broad daylight. I know why you're afraid to go out at night. The Batman.
He's not trying to win their respect, he's demanding their attention. And in their world, attention follows fear. It is a calculated move. The mobsters now know that this clown is not just insane, he's dangerous. Not in the way they're used to, not predictable like a rival gang boss or a dirty cop. He's something new, something they cannot read. The man who brought a knife to a gunfight and somehow won. In that scene, the Joker pulls out one hell of a performance. Every movement, every inflection, every stumble and pause feels like part of a carefully improvised act, designed to keep everyone guessing. He's not really trying to blend in, he's making himself impossible to ignore. His entrance alone is absurd, slow, uninvited, dragging out the awkward silence with a sarcastic laugh, and yet he is completely relaxed. While the mobsters sit stiffly in leather chairs and tailored suits, he slouches, smiles, and licks his lips like he's playing a role he's rehearsed 1,000 times.
See, Batman has shown Gotham your true colors, unfortunately. Dent, he's just the beginning. And as for the television's so-called plan, Batman has no jurisdiction. He'll find him and make him squeal. I know the squealers when I see them. And
Because the Joker knows the power of attention. The louder, more theatrical he is, the more he controls the tempo. His presence is not chaotic for the sake of chaos. It is design. It forces everyone else to react to him, and the more they react, the more they fall into his orbit. He might look like a clown, but make no mistake, this is a one-man show, and the rest of the room, they're just an audience.
What do you propose?
it's simple. We kill the Batman.
If it's so simple, why haven't you done it already?
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
The Joker does not need files, leverage, or blackmail to take control. He needs something a lot more simpler, understanding. He knows exactly what these men fear, Batman, and he knows they feel cornered. So, he offers them a solution, not a comforting one, not even a rational one, just a possible one. He does not promise safety, he promises to kill the Batman. But here's the trick, he never actually says how. That's not the point. What matters is that he speaks with confidence while everyone else panics.
How much you want?
Half. You're crazy. I'm not. No, I'm not. If we don't deal with this now, soon, little Gamble here won't be able to get a nickel for his grandma.
And he also knows how to make them doubt each other. He mocks their hierarchy, he taunts their dependence on money. He sows tiny seeds of distrust, asking why Law is really hiding their cash, or what the bosses really plan to do when things fall apart. He's not pitching a plan, he's corroding theirs. And he does it with a smirk, as if it's all a game. The psychological edge here is not about brute strength, it is about planting the idea that he is the only one thinking clearly, that he is the only one not afraid. And in a room full of men used to fear being a weapon, that makes him the most dangerous man there.
Enough from the clown!
Let's not blow this out of proportion.
You think you could steal from us and just walk away?
Yeah.
I'm putting the word out. 500 grand for this clown dead. $1 million alive, so I can teach him some manners first.
All right, so listen, why don't you give me a call when you want to start taking things a little more seriously? Here's my card.
The Joker's greatest weapon is that no one knows what he'll do next, including the audience. Every movement feels one step removed from a total breakdown, and yet everything lands exactly where he wants it to. His unpredictability is his control. By behaving irrationally in a rational world, he forces everyone else into a constant state of discomfort. When you don't know the rules, you hesitate, and hesitation is power. What makes this even more effective is the contrast. The mob deals in systems, organized crime, codes of silence, rules of engagement. The Joker does not just ignore those rules, he literally mocks them. By offering to kill the Batman for half of their money, he sets fire to their logic. The Joker does not just walk into a meeting, he walks into a system, a room where power is balanced between crime families, loyalty, and legacy. He does not challenge that system with arguments or alliances. He breaks it down by mocking its logic. Because the Joker does not need to take over anything, he just needs to prove it's already collapsing. And that's exactly what he does. He deconstructs their authority, not through force, but through ridicule. He exposes the cracks, he names the fear, and in doing so, he makes himself the only person in that room willing to say the quiet part out loud. The mobsters believe in reputation and power structures. The Joker believes in none of it, and that's why he wins. Because when someone walks into your house, kicks your door down, and laugh in your face while doing it, it forces everyone else to reevaluate who really holds the keys. In that movie, Christopher Nolan does not just give the Joker control through dialogue, he frames it visually. Watch how the camera subtly shifts once the pencil scene ends. The Joker, who was once on the outside of the room, now becomes the center of gravity. The mobsters are shot from angles that makes them look smaller, more distant, less in control. Meanwhile, the Joker gets close-ups, centered frames, dominant positions in the blocking. Even when he's sitting, he feels taller. This visual dominance is not loud or flashy. It is quiet, it sneaks up on you, but by the end of the scene, you're not just listening to the Joker, you're watching him. Every eye in the room is on him. Every shot gravitates toward his unpredictability. He commands not only the characters in the scene, but the viewer too. Cinematically, this scene transforms in real time, from a mob meeting into a monologue. The Joker takes over the conversation, the power, and the frame, and we never really look away from him again. And that's the trick. He uses humor not to entertain, but to control. Every joke is a dagger. His speech is not persuasive in a traditional sense. It is full of contradictions, absurdities, even nonsense. But it feels convincing because he owns every syllable, laughing at their seriousness, exposing the fragility of their authority. He's not trying to get everyone to agree with him. He's trying to make them feel that disagreeing would be dangerous. His dialogue dances between the lines of humor and threats, and it lands like a punch every time. By the time the Joker walks out of that meeting, something unspoken has shifted. He does not just win the argument, he redefines what power looks like in Gotham. He's not the richest, he's not the strongest, but he's the one who turned the tide. He's the one who proved that fear, real, unpredictable fear, is more persuasive than anything the mob had in their arsenal. This scene is his coronation. The Joker does not need to take power, he just waits for everyone else to drop it, and then he laughs as he picks it up. And in my opinion, what makes this scene so brilliant is not just what happens, it is how quickly it happens. In under 5 minutes, the Joker rewrites the rules of power in Gotham. He proves that fear beats tradition, unpredictability beats strategy, and chaos beats structure. He does not walk in demanding respect, he walks in demanding attention. And then, before anyone can stop him, he owns the room. This is not just one of the Joker's best moments, it is one of the best introductions to a villain ever put on film, because it does not rely on backstory or exposition. It does not tell you why the Joker is dangerous. It shows you. He walks in a clown, he walks out a king, and the scary part, no one saw it coming. And that's how the Joker commands control, not by forcing it, but by making you give it to him.